Hello, everybody. Welcome to CripChat, your weekly podcast for everything disability. Today, I have with me Jonathan Shar.
Hello.
Ibby D.
Welcome, everyone.
And myself, David D. Today, we're going to be talking about NDIS and the best way to utilize it. So, Ibby, NDIS. What's the best way to utilize the NDIS? Or do you want to explain what NDIS is?
Look, the NDIS pretty much is the National Disability Insurance Scheme. Our government has put aside, some money that allows us to utilize this money to help us, become independent with our lives and with our decision making through the use of supports. The reason why we have the NDIS is to enable people with disabilities to live better lives, to live the life they want. In saying that, I now throw back the question to you, David, and to also our audience. If you are on the NDIS, how do you manage your NDIS plan?
The way I manage my NDIS plan is I've got two types. One self-managed and one plan-managed.
Okay, so self-managed and plan-managed. What's the difference between the two, David?
Plan-managed is a paid company that pays your bills. The bills from your NDIS. They pay the services that you use. Self-managed is you manage it all by yourself. Being self-managed, you got more control.
Yeah, I guess it allows you to be more flexible with the services that you choose. But with plan managers, you will need to, I guess, get an organization that is plan managed and that is registered under the NDIS to be able to help and support you with your plan. They will, I guess, be in charge of your NDIS plan, but will not take control of your NDIS plan. It's you. You have the control, but you just let the plan manager know how to, I guess, utilize it.
When you got a good plan manager, they can help you do things. For example, if I needed to buy something or find a service, they have the capability of finding you that service that you need in that area. And they'll get recommendations because they're a plan manager. It's good to be able to find what you need, and they'll get you the best price.
No, and that's good, David. Some of them do that, but there are also support coordinators you can look into, and also find best deals when it comes to any service that you want or product.
Yeah, support coordinators are good. I needed a new phone, and the support coordinator got me one, organized it for me.
As long as it's reasonable and necessary for your everyday life, then it will be approved by the NDIS and you can buy the item.
Yeah. You can't just buy anything if it's not approved. And not everything gets approved.
The NDIS is so much more than just support workers.
That's right, Jonathan. The NDIS is more than just support workers. And we'll get into that.
With getting things that you need, you always need approvals before you spend the money. Because if you don't get approved and you spend the money, you won't be able to get that money back. Talking about the NDIS plans, when you create an NDIS plan, you get interviewed by someone from the NDIS, which is a plan manager or your LAC, local area coordinator. Now, before you get interviewed, make sure you write down all your goals, everything that you think of, what you want to get accomplished. Because if you don't write it down, they're not going to fund you for things to get that done. Because later on, you won't have the money to get to do what you intend to do. You'll end up using your money for everything and be short. You don't want to fall short.
So that's a very handy tip for managing your plan. Making sure that you spread it out throughout your term. Could be 1 year, could be 2 years. But there is a budget that you have as part of your NDIS, and you will need to utilize that and spend it necessarily. But also make sure that you do spend the funds, because once a new plan comes in, whatever money you don't spend, you won't get it back.
Yeah, that's a good tip. Because if you don't use it, you lose it.
But it's also, like you said, David, it's always good to have a plan. Work out, what your goals are, what you do on a daily basis. Talk up with your local area coordinator to discuss your goals and what you want to achieve throughout your term so that you can get a good or great NDIS plan. How do you use your NDIS?
I've got a support company that comes and picks me up. I use it on them, and they sort of help me manage it too. They send me support workers. They also pick me up. Like today, they picked me up, took me to a gym, and left me with my exercisologist. And I did a hard gym workout, and then got picked up. All that helped by the NDIS. And then picked up, and then spending time with my support workers and friends. They do what I need to do, what I want to do.
That's the beauty of it, utilizing your support workers to help you with your everyday living.
Exactly. And how do you utilize your NDIS, Ibby?
That's a good question. I use support workers to support me with the everyday tasks, such as in the workplace, when I'm at home, with the cleaning, with the cooking. You can also, utilize your NDIS for personal care when you're showering or when you use the bathroom.
Exactly. Also doing your laundry,
That's right. And also gardening.
gardening, which I did yesterday.
And there's also a certain part of the NDIS that deals with capital. So if you have any assistive technology that you use that would be categorized as reasonable and necessary, the NDIS is there to support your assistive technology when it breaks down or when it needs repairs or when you need new equipment. And so you will discuss that with your LIC and hopefully get that all sorted in your plan. But there are also, modifications that you can do around your house to suit the way that you live.
Can you give me an example?
For those that use a ceiling hoist to get out of bed and you don't have one in your home and you do need one, you would have to go through what you call an occupational therapist, an OT. It's always good to connect with a great OT because you need a lot of reports and documents when you are on the NDIS.
Yeah, see, when you on the NDIS, make sure you always get reports and recommendations by OTs, because if you want things to pass and not be questioned too much by the NDIS, you make sure you have a report by the OT saying that you need it. And the OT themselves will tell you if it will get passed. Don't waste your time if it won't get passed.
We can only do the best we can. But always make sure that you follow up, because some can take a very long time to process, especially with the NDIS itself. So what about if you're unhappy with your plan or you need more funding in your plan? How would you go about doing that?
You talk to your LAC or talk to your plan manager, or just ask the NDIS and schedule a plan review.
Okay, so you'd have to schedule a plan review, and you fill out a form, you submit it to the NDIS, and they'll get back to you regarding the outcome.
But be careful. If you're running short on NDIS funds, you gotta make sure you do it before it runs out. That way they can extend it for you. But try not to waste it on things that you don't need, because you'll be out of pocket at the end.
And also make sure that you always log into your portal So once you're on the NDIS, and once you're connected to the portal, you will be able to check how much funding you have and how much you've spent over the course of your NDIS fund or plan. And it's always good to know, or actually good to prepare a budget into how many, I guess, hours you have for support work, how many hours you have for like therapies, how much you're willing to spend on repairs for your assistive technology and things like that, and hours you plan to spend on domestic care. So you'll need to, budget it all and make sure that your fundings are equally spread across the life of your NDIS plan.
Good point, Ibby. Always utilize it by planning it. Make sure you plan your next move. It's like playing chess.
That's a good metaphor.
You want to know your next move, and you don't want to do it wrong.
With service providers, how can you make sure that they can help you meet your goals?
Well, talk to them. Ask them, what can they do for you? If you're in need of someone to do this, would they be able to find them for you? Or would they help you find them? Would they pay your bills for you? Would they do everything for you? They would help you, and look at their reviews too of people that use them. Ask, see how long they've been in the game.
It's all about trust, yeah?
Yeah, because if you don't show them that you're in control, they will be lazy.
But it's always good to get reviews from your peers on what works.
Always show them, you know what's ahead, you know what you've got.
Good stuff, good stuff. But it's also, making sure that providers know that you're in control. You are in control of your plan. But it will also be exposed to your vulnerability. And people can take advantage if it's not taken care of properly. Cool. So, David, now we move into our final thoughts. So, what are your final thoughts on managing your NDIS plan?
My final thoughts are, if they're going to do a plan interview or a review, make sure you write down everything you plan to do, what you need help with, what you need to accomplish within your life, and what your needs are and your aims. Because if you don't list them, they're not going to give you finance to support for them, and what your aims are. Make sure you write it all down and ask for it. Because if you don't ask, you won't receive. And you won't get the funds for it. Also, when you find a plan manager, you make sure they're the right ones. Ask them all the questions you need. Always get someone that can clean for you. Because there are cleaners out there. What about your final thoughts, Ibby?
The NDIS is there to help you or to support you to live the life that you want at the end of the day. It's all about having a voice, being in control, and having a choice into the supports that you choose to have. It's good to have a thorough plan of what you want to achieve for the year or for the term of your NDIS plan. It's always good to look after the funds that you have in the NDIS plan, and it's always good to get support from peers because there are peers out there who are also on the NDIS plan, and they have a lot of information, a lot of experiences in using the NDIS, and they can help you along the way. They can help improve the choices that you make and improve your lives altogether. So that's it from me. We'll go over now to Jonathan. Do you want to add anything?
With the NDIS, you can also self-manage if you feel capable. It's all about is right for you and making your package let you live the life you want to live.
That's well said, Jonathan. You can also self-manage, and that gives you more flexibility when it comes to, support choosing how you want to, manage your plan. But as well as self-managing, there's also, plan managed as discussed earlier. If you want more information, always reach out to your peers and go from there. Thank you everyone for watching CripChat, your weekly podcast on everything disability. Join us next week as we talk about more things relating to disability. Goodbye for now.